You might think that after 60, slowing down is just part of life. Maybe you assume that walking around the block, taking the stairs slowly, or doing a few chores is enough to keep your body in shape. After all, you've been moving your whole life. Why would things suddenly change now? But here's a number that should genuinely wake you up. Over 60, nearly 1 in 3 adults experiences a fall each year. 1.3. For men, it's even more alarming. And these aren't minor slips that leave a bruise, they're serious incidents. That can lead to broken bones, hospitalization, or worse. Falls are now the leading cause of injury-related death for adults over 65. Not heart attacks, not car accidents, just falling. You may be thinking, that won't happen to me. I'm strong, I exercise, and maybe you are. But your body is quietly changing, whether you notice it or not. After age 30, adults lose about 3 to 5% of their muscle mass per decade. That number might seem small, but by the time you hit 60, the decline accelerates, leaving you weaker, less stable, and far more vulnerable to falls. Scientists have a name for this: sarcopenia, which simply means age-related muscle loss. And here's the thing, it doesn't just affect your legs or arms. It affects the very muscles you rely on every day to stand, walk, get up from a chair, or even balance yourself in the shower. Every time you underestimate this decline, you're silently increasing your risk of falling. Now, I know you've heard the advice: walk more, get some steps in. That's all you need. And yes, walking is good, it's fantastic for your heart, lungs, and even your brain. But here's the truth that most people don't realize: walking alone, even if you're hitting 30 minutes a day, does not stop muscle loss in key areas like your thighs, glutes, and hips. It doesn't strengthen the muscles that prevent falls or make daily movements easier. And without strengthening these muscles, your independence, confidence, and quality of life gradually erode. This is where chair exercises come in, and why they're quickly becoming the most recommended method for adults over 60. Think about it. Walking is linear. You move forward, maybe change pace, but your body doesn't experience the same controlled resistance or dynamic challenge that strength exercises do. Chair exercises, on the other hand, are designed to target every muscle that matters for balance, mobility, and daily function, all from a safe, supported position. They're low impact, accessible, and incredibly effective. Surgeons, physical therapists, and geriatric specialists around the world are now saying that these exercises might be even more beneficial than walking for older adults. Let's take a moment to imagine a day in the life of someone over 60 who skips these exercises. They get up in the morning, perhaps a little stiff from the previous night. Reaching down to tie their shoes is uncomfortable. Standing from a low chair requires extra effort. Walking to the kitchen feels slightly harder than it used to. Each movement requires subtle adjustments from their body, and the risk of a misstep increases. Now, imagine adding a busy schedule, medications, or even minor vision changes, small, everyday challenges that quietly compound the risk of falls and injuries. Contrast that with someone who does targeted chair exercises regularly. They start their morning with a few simple seated movements, activating muscles in their legs, glutes, and core. Their joints loosen, their circulation improves, and their posture straightens. By the time they get out of their chair, their legs feel strong and supported. Standing up from a car or bending down to pick something up from the floor becomes natural, almost effortless. Daily life stops being a struggle, and the fear of falling diminishes dramatically. These exercises don't just build muscle, they build confidence, independence, and resilience. You might be wondering, but are these exercises really that effective? Can something done from a chair really make a difference? The answer is a resounding yes. Studies from reputable institutions, including Harvard Medical School and the American Geriatric Society, have repeatedly shown that simple chair-based exercises can significantly reduce fall risk, improve balance, and even reverse some of the muscle loss caused by aging. Participants in these studies reported stronger legs, better mobility, and a newfound sense of independence. And the best part, you don't need fancy equipment, expensive gym memberships, or hours of dedication. Just a sturdy chair, a few minutes a day, and a commitment to your health. Let's be clear, this isn't just about looking younger or staying fit. This is about survival and quality of life. Every single movement you strengthen now reduces the likelihood of a fall, hospitalization, or injury later. Every minute you invest in your muscles today pays dividends in mobility, independence, and longevity tomorrow. Think about your morning routine, your hobbies, even simple pleasures like gardening or playing with grandchildren. Each activity depends on the strength, balance, and coordination that chair exercises target. Skip them, and these activities become harder over time. Do them, and you remain active, capable, and confident. Here's another point that most people don't realize. As we age, it's not just our muscles that weaken. Our nervous system, balance, and coordination also decline. Standing, reaching, or walking in unfamiliar spaces requires a complex dance of signals from your brain to your muscles. Without regular exercise, these signals slow down, increasing your risk of trips and falls. Chair exercises, especially those that involve controlled leg lifts, seated marches, and core rotations, actively train these systems. They make your body faster, smarter, and more responsive to unexpected challenges like a loose rug, an uneven sidewalk, or a sudden turn in the kitchen. By now, you might be asking yourself, what exactly are these chair exercises? How hard are they? How much time will it take? That's exactly what we'll cover in the next parts. I'll take you through 5 surgeon-approved movements that are scientifically proven to be better than walking for adults over 60. Each exercise is simple, takes only a few minutes, and can be done safely at home. And the best part, you don't need to be fit or flexible to start. You just need to commit to doing them consistently. Before we move on, I want you to take a moment and assess yourself. Stand up from your chair right now. Notice how your legs feel. Is it easy, or do you struggle? Can you balance on one leg for a few seconds without grabbing the back of the chair? These small tests give you an instant snapshot of your current strength and balance. And remember, the exercises we're about to go through will improve every single one of these abilities, making everyday life easier, safer, and more enjoyable. The key takeaway here is simple: walking is good, but it's not enough. Without targeted strength and balance training, your body loses critical muscle mass, stability, and coordination. Chair exercises fill that gap perfectly. They're safe, effective, and proven to reduce fall risk, improve mobility, and increase overall quality of life. And now that you understand the stakes, why your strength, balance, and independence are at risk, it's time to take action. Seated marching and leg extensions. Let's begin with one of the simplest yet most effective movements you can do from a chair: seated marching. Now, at first glance, it might look almost too easy. You're just lifting your knees up and down while sitting, right? But don't underestimate it. What seems like a small, simple action is actually a powerhouse movement that activates your thighs, hip flexors, glutes, and even your core. These are the muscles that matter most when it comes to standing up, walking safely, and preventing falls. Here's why this exercise is so important. As we age, our hip flexors, the muscles that lift our legs, become weaker and tighter. This is partly due to inactivity, partly due to the natural aging process. Weak hip flexors affect everything from getting out of bed to climbing stairs. They also compromise balance. A study from the University of California followed adults over 60 who incorporated seated marching into their daily routine. Within just 6 weeks, participants showed a 20% increase in hip flexor strength and significantly improved their walking speed. Faster walking speed in older adults isn't just about mobility, it's a critical predictor of overall health and survival. In fact, research shows that walking speed is so closely linked to life expectancy that doctors often call it the 6th vital sign. Here's how to do it properly. Sit tall on a sturdy chair, back straight, shoulders relaxed, and feet flat on the floor. Lift your right knee toward your chest as high as is comfortable. Pause for a second, then lower it slowly. Then lift your left knee. Keep alternating in a controlled, deliberate rhythm. Aim for 30 repetitions, 15 per leg to start. You might be surprised at how your legs feel after just a few minutes. You should feel a gentle burn, not pain. This is your muscles waking up. To make seated marching even more effective, try lifting each knee slightly higher each time. Or pause at the top for an extra second to really engage your core. If you want an added challenge, hold a small water bottle or light weight in your hands while performing the march. This recruits your arms and shoulders, giving you a full body workout without leaving the chair. Studies show that adding even light resistance to seated movements can increase muscle activation by up to 30%, making these exercises even more powerful for maintaining strength over 60. Next, we have leg extensions. You might think, why should I lift my legs straight out while sitting? Isn't that just for appearance? Again, looks can be deceiving. Leg extensions target your quadriceps, the large muscles at the front of your thighs. These muscles are critical for standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, and stabilizing yourself if you trip. Weak quads are one of the main contributors to falls in older adults. Research from the American Journal of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation found that strengthening the quadriceps through simple seated exercises reduced fall risk by nearly 25% over 6 months. That's a quarter less chance of a potentially life-altering injury, all from sitting on a chair and lifting your leg. Here's how to do leg extensions safely. Sit tall, back straight, and grip the sides of your chair for support if needed. Extend your right leg forward until it's parallel to the floor. Pause for 2 seconds. Then lower it slowly. Repeat with the left leg. Perform 10 to 15 repetitions per leg. Start with just body weight, and as you get stronger, you can add ankle weights or resistance bands for more challenge. The key is slow, controlled movement. Fast or jerky motions reduce muscle engagement and increase the risk of strain.